It looks like I'm live. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me for at least 45 minutes. At least. I hope everybody's having a good day. I know I am, except for the CME extra radiation, I guess, we're supposed to have here on Earth. My head has been pounding. Especially when I got out of work, my head is just pounding. And I don't know if it's sinus or what, but I wasn't doing pretty good until I got out of work. So, yuck. It's just like cloudy, nasty day, but it's like nice at the same time. No rain yet. Just looks like it's gonna rain. Thanks for coming in, my one person. Appreciate you. Yesterday I got a lot done around the farm. Oh God, so much to do. Hey Shawnee, thanks for coming in. I don't even know if my signal is gonna go out correctly, if I'm gonna be in and out because of the issues with electronics we could possibly have. I really wish I had a backhoe or something. Um, we really need one. Sorry. I pushed my chair all the way back and now I don't have a rest for my phone. I put some beans and cucumber seeds in today. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I haven't done the beans yet. Well, yesterday I shoveled about 4 wheelbarrow loads, 4 or 5, I think it was 5 wheelbarrow loads of mulch into the food forest. So I did that. Yes, I need a backhoe bad. Like I need one bad because one, we need one just to like haul stuff around for the chicken feed. It's like so heavy when we, and then not only that, we have a huge pile of mulch that we're doing by hand. So it would just be nice if we had a backhoe or something, you know. But we don't. And there's nothing I can do about it right now. So like I said, I shoveled about 5 loads of mulch into the food forest. It looked like 1 load. I was so pissed when I was done. I was like, really? I did that, and then I was like, well, I just pushed myself even further, and I planted some stuff outside, some zinnias, that I had started and stuff like that. I planted that spiky, it's like that spiky purple amaranth stuff, and I was, like, really surprised by it, when I looked up the pictures. It kinda looks like ragweed when it, like, comes up, so I'm really hoping that it looks better than that. But I only did a few pieces of it here and there in my big pot, and then I got some other stuff I have to do. So, hopefully, by the time I get home, it's not pouring down rain, and I can get that done. 5 people were just in here. Please give me the thumbs up. That helps me out in the algorithm. So please make sure you do that. What else? So yesterday I was out and I was watering everything. Yesterday I got some zinnias, sunflowers, calendula. Ooh, calendula. In at the off-site garden. Cool. I planted calendula 1 year and I made oil from it for your skin. And then I haven't planted it since. And I forgot how much I like it. It's really pretty. So I think I'm gonna have to plant that again. Maybe not this year, but definitely in next year for sure. Um, so I got all that done and there's still a ton of work that needs to be done. And I can't do it because my husband's working. I can't do it all. I'm trying. I'm trying to do it before his 5 days off in a row to see if I can get more done. I have to get some stuff done around the house too. So my life has just been super, 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 super busy. I'm sorry, there's a bunch of kids outside. So I was like, what's going on? We're supposed to get rain. I'm sorry if that's Russian or something. I can't read it. It looks like Russian. So, sorry, can't read it. We were supposed to get rain tomorrow, but now it's not in the forecast. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know if we're supposed to get, looks like it's starting to. I got like little wet stuff all over my windshield. So maybe it's going to rain. Please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. So today I was in the cafeteria. I'm doing a bunch of work. The lines and stuff has slowed down because the seniors aren't coming to school, stuff like that. So, um, they had their last day next week. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Gil. Thanks for coming in. So I'm not having that much work to do because I don't have that many dishes to wash. So anyway, the one lunch lady, she's like, Courtney, you were just so nice. And I'm like, if only you knew the real me. Maybe I'm not nice. You don't know. I just work here. I don't know. But I thought it was kind of funny. So today it struck me, and this might be a little, I don't know, this might be a topic that you might be interested in. It might not be a topic that you're interested in. But either way, I'm going to talk about it because I need to get it off my chest. So I'm going to do so. So the past couple days, I've noticed on Facebook that people are like, oh, my son had to go in for tests. And I got diagnosed, and we're waiting on a diagnosis. And when I hear those words, it just kind of strikes me a little bit because that's kind of what I was going through about in March, maybe 4 months ago. Right? No. Yeah. 3 months ago. So I was going through the same thing. I'm like, well, we had to go to get tests for my son, whatever. And I was kind of going through the same thing, and that's what I've been hearing from people on Facebook. And my relative, I'm not going to say who she is on any social platform, but she just had her son diagnosed with autism, and there's three, for those people that do not know, that didn't get their children properly tested or whatever. There's 3 levels of autism. There's 1, 2, and 3. 3 being the worst. So her son got diagnosed with autism 3, which autism 3 is bad. He is completely nonverbal and has to have a feeding tube because he doesn't eat. And those people that don't know, people that have autistic children, their kids get really picky. They get really picky about the things that they like to. I don't know if it's a texture thing or what it is, but my son is super, 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 super picky about the things that he eats. So that's a sign. So if your child is not talking and he's super picky about what he is eating, there is a sign that they possibly could have autism. So you might want to get them checked out. But okay, so my cousin got that diagnosis yesterday, and then I have another friend who just got a diagnosis for their son. And I've noticed that it's sons a lot more than I noticed that it's males a lot more than it is female. But that I'm seeing lately. I mean, I don't know the statistics on autism, and I don't know what the ratios are for boys or girls, but I am seeing a lot of boys that are getting autism. So that's 2 just in this past month that I got the news that I saw that. So I don't know what's going on in the world right now. I know these people, and I know they didn't do massive amounts of drugs when they were pregnant. They, um, had a healthy, clean pregnancy. Everything was great. So what exactly is going on. And there's a lot of speculation that autism is inherited through the male's side of the family, but autism doesn't run on my husband's side. So that little theory doesn't add up for us. Not to mention, I have my health history and stuff like that, and I have nothing of the sort in my health history. So, okay, so that narrows that out. And so, the only thing I can think of is it's possibly the jab. And I'm saying it like that because the Facebook doesn't like you using words that are don't go coincide with Facebook. So I have to use that word. So I am thinking that it was possibly the jab that also messed up my son. Then I was talking to someone else in the side chat as well, and they were saying, well, yeah, like my son got the jab, and soon after that, they started acting really funny. They started like not eating and started acting really, really weird. Hey, Mojo, thanks for coming in. And so it just makes you wonder, like, is it the jab that causes this? And if it is the jab, like, who's going to be held responsible for this crap? Because you basically are poisoning, what is it? 1 out of 5 now children are diagnosed with autism. There's just something wrong. There's just something absolutely wrong. And since I work in a school environment, I see the massive amounts of kids that come through my line that are autistic. It just makes you also wonder, like, what exactly is going on here. And is environmental? We don't know. There's not really a whole lot of tests. When you take your children in to get tested, everything seems to be up in the air. They can test your children for it, but they don't seem to know a whole lot about it. And the help that I'm getting for my son at schools and stuff, they print these papers out with these theories, and they're like, okay, well, we did this with your son. I can't read your Russian, so you're gonna have to speak English. Speak English. So like they print out papers and stuff, and that they're not necessarily like, how do I explain this? They're not exactly papers that can cure autism or anything like that. They're things that will help autism, but these are just theories. They print them out and they hand them to you and said, hey, this might help you, right? This might help you. And so there isn't a whole lot that we know about autism. And why is that? Why are we not looking into this more? And why are we not studying this more? This needs to be studied. This needs to be looked into. And I'm not saying anything bad about autism or anything like that, but I'm just curious as to what is going on and why is it so prevalent right now. Just kind of pisses me off a little bit. So anyway, that was like my little soapbox. But there's a lot of people that have had it worse. I mean, I am very, very lucky with my son, and some people do have it a lot worse. So I'm just super lucky in that aspect. But oh my gosh, these kids' hair nowadays. That guy, I don't know if you guys know of the flock of seagulls, but it seems as if like the kids' hair looks exactly like the flock of seagulls. Like, I don't know, since when did that hairstyle come back? Hello, Happy Mac. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. I don't know. I think something environmentally is happening, and we all need to be aware. We all need to be aware of this. Something is definitely not right. Something is going on. I'd be interested to know what the statistics are for autism, um, in America versus Europe and other countries. What is the ratio for autism in Europe and those countries? How many kids? Because here in America, it's 1 out of 5. How many is that in Europe? Um, that would tell me a lot because their food is cleaner. Yeah. Oh, dude, I had a kid that's so funny that you said that. I had a kid come through my line and his hair he was in a mullet. He had a mullet, but his hair was super curly. And I asked him, I said, are you naturally that curly or did you perm your hair?" And he's like, "I permed it." It just made me laugh. Made me laugh so hard. There are several things that are good doctors are connecting to kids getting it. HFCS and pesticides, bad jabs, and those that are exposed to all three is the worst. Yeah, which makes me wonder because my cousin lives in the city and has lived in the city for pretty much most of her life. She doesn't live on a farm. And so her son has level 3 autism, which is probably one of the worst cases. And so I'm curious about that. So if it is pesticides and stuff like that, um, I don't know. I did eat super healthy when I was pregnant and I ate a lot of vegetables and stuff like that. So that also makes me wonder. Like I eat wheat bread and stuff like that, being healthier. So it just makes me wonder if I had pesticide issues, glyphosate issues. I don't know. I guess we will never know the answer to this because I think they want to keep it hidden. Because if we would possibly find out what exactly is going on, then maybe we would actually have an issue. Hello. Oh, thank you. Sorry, Howie. Hold on. I gotta read this. Thank you. It just started dumping rain hard. 1 in 2000 for Europe, 1 in 68 in America. Okay, so that explains a lot, Shiny. 59 people per 10,000 in US and 86 per 10,000 people. Hey, Gare, thank you for being here and thank you for still being a member to Wide Family Farm. Appreciate you, Gare. 59 people per 10,000 and 86 per 10,000 people. Okay, so where are those because those are two different statistics. 1 in 2000 for Europe, 1 in 68. Okay, so I read somewhere that it was 1 in 5. So now I really can't trust statistics anywhere either. So I'm going to have to actually look at some kind of medical something or another. But 1 in 2000 in Europe and 1 in 68. That means more kids in America are autistic than in Europe. There are so many poisons that we are exposed to. The government isn't for the people. It's yes, I agree with that. All the numbers are different on the internet, but yeah, it's higher here. That's what popped up first on Google. Yeah, exactly. The stats are all over the place. Yeah, and it just shows me that they don't want you to know. That's almost like it's a hidden thing. Like I think they're doing this to us. And that's why you can't really go back on the jab once you have the jab. And if you have side effects from the jab, you can't exactly go back on that. You can't say anything, you can't sue, you can't do anything. It's very interesting. Air pollution, low birth weight, and stress may also be behind the increase in diagnosis. So many women out there are stressed when pregnant um, with lots of different things. Because of your hormones being all over the place, anything can stress you out. So I don't know. And I definitely didn't have a low birth weight because my son was 8 pounds. Hey, Ginger. I still teed off about the prevalence of the aspartame in foods. It's the worst stuff. Oh, get this shit. This is funny, right? The woman I work with has had issues being a diet, like, she's not a diabetic, but she is going to a nutritionist so she doesn't become a diabetic. So the doctor put her on metformin anyway. By the way, I would be like, hell no. You're not putting, if I'm not a diabetic, you're not putting me on metformin. Anyway, the doctor put her on metformin anyway to try and get her weight down, which I don't know why that would help, but whatever. And so she's been on that, and the nutritionist told her that don't listen to all of that news about the aspartame and stuff like that, because um it doesn't, you can still drink that and it's not true. The nutritionist told her that. Where the hell is the nutritionist getting his information? Still around, just not on much of these days and when I am normal folk are sleeping. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, and I haven't been on as much either cuz I need to sleep. My sister allows her girls to drink diet sodas. Makes me mad. Yeah, I mean, soda in general is really bad for you, okay? Every once in a while is not a big deal. So if you're out somewhere and, like, all they have, like, here at the school, all they serve is diet drinks, which I have a huge problem with because, um, we're poisoning their youth. We're definitely poisoning the youth. And I have a huge problem with that. Like, you don't have other alternatives. Maybe, I don't know, put in something that has less sugar. You could still have sugar, just put in something that has less sugar. You don't need all of that extra stuff. But anyway, they sell Diet Cokes. They only sell diets at the school. So I have a huge problem with that. Hello, Ginger. Thanks for coming in. Doctors and nutritionists base their knowledge on studies that are 100 years old. Yeah, and I agree with that. And I do believe that nutritionists need to keep up with the times. Actually, there are still nutritionists out there that don't believe that the keto diet is good for you. And we all know otherwise. My son's mom has a lot of leg cramps drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. Not Oh, sorry, it's so small. Not so many when she drinks Diet Dew or Diet Pepsi. Interesting. Hello, SpongeBob. Ripped? That's kind of funny. Ripped SpongeBob. Yeah. Here is California. They took out all of the soda machines from schools here. Yeah, we have soda. We don't have soda machines. We have soda in the line, and you can get one with your lunch, but you have to pay extra for it. And it's diet. We are only allowed to serve diet. That's very interesting about the diets. By the way, I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of an airhead, but I just figured out too that caffeine causes you to be dehydrated, and I didn't think about that. Um, I also noticed that as I get older, I drink less. I don't know if it's just because maybe I don't have time for it or whatever, but I have been drinking a lot of Gatorades because I just feel like I am not hydrated enough. And so, yeah, maybe I need to find another alternative to that too. I'm lucky. I'm allergic to aspartame. Well, that kind of sucks too because everything has aspartame in it if you want a diet drink. So, anyway. But anyway, that stuff is not good for you. I remember back in the day, my grandpa used to do Equal because my grandpa was he was a diabetic. Um and he used to put Equal in everything, but then found out later on that Equal can make you go blind and stopped doing it. I drink water, Gator Light, vanilla Coke, mainly water though. Hey, Gail. Thanks for coming in. Waging your naughty finger at you. Drink more. Yeah, I know. Gatorade. Yes, it does. But the one I had has 0 sugar. This is 0. What does it say? 1 in carbohydrate. What does it have though in it? Seriously, it probably has aspartame in there. I don't know. This is, I had to get it from the school, and it's 0. Oh, Cure. I never even heard of that. But I had noticed that Gatorade does have a lot of carbs in it. Besides just sugar, it has a lot of carbs. But anyway, I feel kind of trapped. Like unless I grow all of my, by the way, it's virtually impossible to grow all of your food 100% of the time. It's hard. I live in Northeast Ohio, so like 6 months out of the year, it's freezing cold here. I can't grow anything. I mean, I could grow inside, but technically I can't grow. And I can grow as much as I can over the summer and can as much as I can, but I'm still like, I still have to buy things from the grocery store. So we are just being poisoned. Water is best, said the water boy. Yeah, but I've noticed even when I drink water that I'm not getting hydrated. And so, I was having a real issue with that. Like one day I drank 3 or 4 bottles of water, and I still felt dehydrated. Everything they advertise as healthy is bad for you in some way or another. Research B12 actually is in our food and what they sell as a healthy supplement. Yeah. Now that's some high quality H2O. Hello, Anne. Thanks for coming in. One of my faves. Yeah, I just found out with all that B6 and all that, that they get that from cyanide. And I couldn't believe it. They get it from human waste. They go to the wastewater treatment plants, and that foam that comes off the top, they skim that, and they ship it off to like a vitamin place, and then they put that in everything, and it's basically cyanide. When you are dehydrated, if you put a pinch of sea salt under your tongue, and it will help your body absorb the water. Yes, I'm gonna start doing that, especially this summer, because there's been several times I wake up and like my kidneys hurt. Yes, and I've stopped drinking. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. It has now been 3 months and I haven't had a bottle of water. I don't drink bottled water anymore. I'm very proud of myself. It's limited our cost around the house and limited our waste as well. My last day at work is May 31st. So it's exciting. I'm excited. I now like get off with the kids. I have like the entire summer. I get breaks, all that stuff. Super excited. It's like being a teacher without being a teacher. That also helps when you have a headache too. Most headaches are caused by dehydration. That's probably why I had a headache when I got out of work. But I had been drinking Gatorade. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we are being poisoned? Leave your comments below and let me know what you think. There's just so many things going on out there, in our drinks, in our water supply, in our food. Oh, you're working overtime all summer. I'm sorry. That sucks. But it's money. At least you're getting money and you're getting paid. Like, I can't do that. I can't work overtime. I have to find somebody to watch my son. Gatorade isn't good for you either. No, it's not. Trapped is a good way to put it. Yeah, there's a poison in all categories. Yeah, we are trapped. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I kind of feel that way. We're raising okay, what was the statistic? I think 1 out of 68 or something kids in the US are autistic. So, okay, if that's the case, we're raising a bunch of children who can't be in the military. Does that bother you guys? And does it seem like that's intentional? And I'll leave you with that thought. I know this is a farming channel and I do farming, but this is something that was just on my mind. And I did talk about planting stuff earlier, but this is just a subject that has been on my mind the past couple of days because I seen it twice on Facebook that somebody's kids got diagnosed with autism, and it just bothers me. I mean, there's so many kids with it. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Um, yeah, I 100% agree with you, Happy Mac. And it all boils down to our food and our water supply and all of that. I worked since I was 16, often more than one job in a day. So in 2008, at age 45, I decided I had enough money to retire and retired myself. Wow, good for you. Good for you. I think it's higher because now they can diagnose it now. Yeah, I think so too. That's where I think I read that statistic. It was 1 out of 5 people. Have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy? Pretty soon they'll tell you to water plants with Brondo? What's Brondo? No, I haven't seen that. I have no idea what that is. I'm just a little frustrated because I don't know how my son got autism. And it's frustrating because now I basically have to do everything for him, and I have to pay a lot extra for him for testing, for hospital visits, for speech therapy and stuff like that. So I'm just a little frustrated as to what exactly has caused this, and I have not got any answers as to what has caused it. Everybody's like, no one knows. Health and growing food goes hand in hand, especially the people here. We grow for betterment. Yes. I just adjusted what I want in life and learned to budget smaller, and I'm so glad I did it. Well, that's cool, Ann. That's like Gatorade in the movie. It replaced water. Oh, okay. Prenatal shots. Yes. Um or prenatal jabs. Yes, prenatal jabs. I had plenty of those. And in fact, I had several because I felt guilty. One of them was the flu jab. I got that. And I got the whooping cough jab. Because I was scared. Like, what if, it was my first time being pregnant and I had my son, and like, what if like he's a baby and he gets the flu? We hear all the time that babies get the flu and they die. So of course I'm going to get the jab if it's going to protect him. Of course, I'm going to protect my son against whooping cough. If I feel like if he gets that when he's a baby, he could die from it. So then you kind of like sit there and you contemplate it and you feel bad. And I knew after I got the jab, the flu jab, I was like, I didn't think it was all that necessary. Ooh. Cancel. I dropped my phone. Sorry. I didn't feel like it was all that necessary, but I also felt guilty. Like, what if I don't get it and he gets really sick and then I'm stuck and then I'm going to feel like a jerk? I know a YouTube channel from the UK, got diagnosed as an adult. Interesting. Is soy-based infant formula leading to autism? Interesting. I never thought about that. I don't know if my formula was soy-based. I know I bought the cheapest formula I could find. I did breastfeed, but after a while I couldn't keep up with it. I didn't have enough because I had a C-section. And usually, if you aren't familiar, guys, when a woman has a C-section, she doesn't get her milk right away because you didn't have the baby naturally through, so your body doesn't respond right away. So it takes like a while for your breast milk to come in. So I finally got my breast milk, but even after I had my breast milk in, I don't know if I wasn't keeping up enough calories or if I wasn't drinking enough or something, but I just stopped producing. So after a while, it was like, I'm just going to give up, and just give him formula. Though for about a month or so, I did breastfeed my son. Hopefully, when we run studies over the next 10 years, we'll have answers. Yeah, we'll see. Or maybe we won't have any answers still. Could be anything that caused it. We see you're a great mom. Don't feel guilty at all. Oh, thank you. But I do feel guilty a little bit because it makes me wonder. Like, what exactly did I do? What happened? So you have all that going through your mind. I didn't realize that they used the blood of a lady who had cancer and her blood didn't die when she did. They've used that blood for every jab since injection of foreign DNA in cancer. Interesting. So I've heard something different, so now I'm confused. I thought something along the lines. Now, don't get me wrong, they probably just said this, and I don't really know if that is the case, but I heard that they use a dead baby from 1970, and they've been using that particular baby's blood ever since or something. I don't know if that's true. Correct me, somebody, if I'm wrong. Because I don't know, because that's all what I've heard. Yeah, that's why a lot of people are against jabs in general, because they feel like it's an abomination. It's against God because of that reason, Shawnee. They use those cells to grow and a lot of people feel like when people get an abortion, that's what those babies are going towards. I'm not sure. Look it up. I'm not facts. But I think that's why a lot of people are against getting the jabs in general, is because of that information that's floating around out there. But yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ginger. I didn't know that. Okay, so there's two. There is one from the baby and one from the lady that died of cancer. Interesting. I don't know. I heard they've been using the blood of Jesus in mass. Oh my gosh. I'll send you a link if I can find it. I bet those studies will be negative. Who's paying for the studies? I don't trust anything official. I don't really trust anything either anymore that I read. If it feels good and that's an explanation, then I'll go with it. But most of the time I'm like, I don't believe that. Yeah. I'm very skeptic, I guess, in that sense. But I do research and I do get both sides. And then at some point or another, I come up with some kind of information in the middle. 9 people in the house, please give me a thumbs up. I have 7 thumbs up. So I'm missing 2 people. I bet those studies will. Oh, I read that. They found the blood of Jesus, and I think they'll use that to make a clone. Yeah, they could. Yes. I don't put anything past them. Speaking of clones, I don't know if you guys remember or know of. Do you guys remember Vanderpump? Vanderpump Rules? The reality show. Anyway, they talked about in the reality show, they had like a little teeny dog. Lisa Vanderpump carries this extremely small dog, and it was gonna die or it was getting really old, and her husband talked about cloning it. So they were gonna clone it. To clone your dog, it was gonna cost them $50,000. Not sure how to do it on this. Oh, okay. Everything is cloned in Hollywood, it seems. The European MMR had a cell line that is used for its ability to rapidly grow cancer cells, and it got axed by the European Regulatory Agency. Like, what the F do we need to encourage rapid cancer cell growth? Yes. Yes, and if you guys they have clones of sheep already. Yeah, Dolly. Yeah, I remember that. Um, what was that? Oh, yeah. It was they put corn syrup. Okay, so they had a cancer cell and they put corn syrup in with it or something, and it made the cancer cells reproduce at a rapid rate. So when I saw Mario Lopez on TV talking about how good corn syrup is for you, I was like, did you not hear that study? Did you not do any research at all? By the time they told us about Dolly, they had already been doing it for a very long time. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. But thank you guys for listening to me vent about the autism thing. It just sometimes really gets to me and really pisses me off, to be quite honest. So sometimes I just like need to vent and need to tell people about it and tell people how I feel about it. So thank you for listening. So I got a lot of things going on right now in the garden. I'm going to be putting a lot more stuff in the soil. My husband's going to be off for 5 days in a row here soon. So when that goes in effect, we will be doing a lot of work. Yeah, you're right. And everything has hormones in it. Everything. And if it's not hormones, there's something else going on with it. Why do we need to mess around with our food? Why? Can't trust any food we buy. I think they are literally trying to poison us and make us addicted to the poison. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't even trust organics unless you grow it yourself. Yes, high fructose corn syrup. It was high fructose corn syrup. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the quality of things have really gone downhill, and they don't really care about quality. All they care about is push, 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 get this out, push, 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 get it out there, and so we can make more money. Yes, I try not to sound like a nut. I'm sure that's why, a lot of people, they're like, they don't really respond to my Facebook posts and stuff like that. But if you're not thinking and evolving and thinking about this stuff, you're just going through the motions of life, then who are you as a person? Like, really? You don't use your brain? People don't think, and it drives me crazy. Yeah, I get told I'm weird. Oh, and don't worry, I'm weird too. Yeah, I am totally not a sheep. Like, I don't follow anybody else. Like, I don't fall in line with anybody else. I am not a sheep. And I hate when people like say that, "Oh, you're just worrying unnecessarily." Really? Am I? I'm not worrying unnecessarily. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention enough. Oh, you like sheep, do you? Yeah, I've always and I think that's why I've kept my circle small. Just I think for myself, and I maybe sometimes I think too much, but I think for myself and I do as I please. They don't want to think about it. It's too much for them. Eat more Wagyu beef. Ooh, no thanks. Just okay. Just the word Wagyu makes me not want to eat it. I know it's supposed to be like the best beef ever, but just no. Just saying Wagyu makes me want to barf. Yeah, I always research things and um it almost like people get offended because you know too much. You ever notice that too? Where like people they just get offended because they feel like you know stuff and they aren't on the same level as you, so they get offended or something. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel sometimes. All right, you guys, I've been on for 47 minutes. I have to get off of here. The buses are starting to roll in. Yeah, and don't worry about it. Self. I can't be anybody else. I am who I am. Yeah, people look at me so weird about the herbal supplement thing. Like, I always tell people, well, if you do this, you know, and they never listen to me. So, anyway, I got to get moving. Thank you all for listening to my rant this afternoon. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out any new videos I have. And we'll see you all next time.